Hello and welcome back, everybody. Sadly, we have to say goodbye to Memento Mori.
Yeah, he took the portal gun, and who knows where he is now. He could be anywhere.
Yeah, a quick way home, or to
maybe he went to China. Just I bet that must be possible.
He's busy everywhere.
Okay.
Hello to Jibo.
Yeah. Well, Jibo.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about Jibo. I think let's save that for later. The speculation, because you get me all excited, and it's too early for that. We need to. Okay.
Can we just remind people how awesome it is already, though?
Sure. Plug away.
We have got currently Sturmy, Cooler, Tox, and Jibo raring to go for next week's FACEIT Legends Cup, and hopefully later we'll be able to announce something else for you. But yeah, those guys are going to be playing games for us next weekend, and it's going to blow your mind. But for around now, though, we have got, what is our game now?
We have Gecko and Matrox.
Okay, I need to get to the right place then.
Power of Speed, Matrox.
We meet again.
We meet again. I feel like that's like a really underground cult kind of Quake reference. But I want more people to find out about it, so we'll have to like figure out how to show people.
It
was Matrox versus Krogoff.
Who is Krogoff?
Krogoff is just a player, like I think a Polish CPM player. But we'll find. Maybe we can distribute the link for the video. It's hilarious. But that's Matrox, of course, from the CPM fame initially, many years ago. And I mean, it'd be really cool to see Matrox play Vu, because they're both old school CPM players, and they are both very aggressive as well. So that'd be cool to see. Maybe we'll get to see that. But for now, we have Gecko and Matrox starting their match on DM13 Lost World. Here we go, take it away.
Right, so let's start off with Matrox. He is up there, and he's won the race over to Rocket, and a brilliant air rocket there to secure frag number 1 within the first 5 seconds. He's already, he misses his jump, but he has the door open to get a ton of stuff. A big rocket into Gecko, and he's going to get himself stuck up there. What a tragic start for Gecko. I don't know what else to say about that, but he's just got his ass handed to him.
Yeah, Matrox with a quick 2-0 lead, the armor advantage. Gecko dropping down to the mid-levels. And Matrox not with a lot of health and armor. Whoa, that was, I don't know if he intended to make that jump. That must have been a mistake. And he does find himself at the Mega, though, with the red picked up by his opponent. And this is a dodgy situation for Matrox now, because he doesn't really want to commit to this Mega, because if he drops for it, Gecko would surely kill him. So smartly realizing that, Matrox will back off and seeing really what he can get away with taking. And he goes for the yellow, and Gecko's there to punish him. So it was really a bit of a gamble for Matrox, and Matrox unable to come out on top with that gamble and in that moment in time, as Gecko did just go straight for that yellow, trying to do damage on Gecko as he exits from that choke point, doing a great job considering how stacked Gecko was, and even picks up the red. So that's going to be a great aid to Matrox's cause here.
Oh, Gecko's got to be super careful here. There's no 50 health bubble up there. He manages to get out with his life intact, but it's kind of just flicked around. He had a huge amount of control, and now it's switched back over to the Polish player. And Gecko might have to be playing around the yellows for a little bit.
Indeed, and Matrox picking up those shards, denying those from Gecko. Gecko really needs every single piece of armor he can get, and yes, he gets a red, so that's quite a misstep from Matrox there to actually give that one away, and even receiving a full frontal rocket from his opponent, Gecko, and that's going to set him back a little bit and put the playing field to much more of an even level. And here comes Matrox with the good engagement, the starting engagement, pushing Gecko back through that choke point, back to that yellow area, and now Gecko has to back away because he cannot push forwards in that position, and Matrox going to sweep away the Mega and the red because of that engagement. So good play from Matrox there, coming out on top so far.
Yeah, Gecko's like got nothing. He does make his way over. He should be able to pick up this lightning gun yellow behind him. He eventually pulls his way back, but he loses out on quite a lot of the armor and health that he had already. So that 50 health bubble goes away, but takes damage on the exit. Kind of a stack going back and forth for Gecko, just about clinging onto his life, but Matrox, he swept up the red armor really fast. He's got time to get back to this mega health. Gecko just about steals it, but the damage is insane from Matrox. Brutal.
Was it worth it? That's the question that's running through Gecko's mind right now, and Gecko desperately trying to escape. He did make the denial of that item, and Matrox, of course, not with that Mega, but does stack up on the armors. Because of that situation where Gecko actually ended up, it allowed Matrox to steal away every single bit of armor that could have actually been potentially Gecko's, and Gecko now in a position where if Matrox was just to charge in, Matrox could probably get the frag, but Matrox cleverly not going to put anything to a risk and just going to sweep away the items, play his 1 frag lead, and just keep maintaining control. And maybe Gecko is going to give him an opportunity before he has to find one of his own to get a frag.
Oh, nicely caught out by Gecko, doing so much damage with the stack he has. Wow, Matrox is just getting obliterated then. Gecko lost about 70 health. I imagine Matrox lost at least 3 times more than that.
It's actually like a good trade for Matrox though, because Matrox was able to pick up stuff much more quickly than Gecko because he's in the right position when he came out of that fight, and Gecko still unable to really do much. So that was actually a good situation for Matrox and a good decision from him, even though he took all that damage very inefficiently, and picks up that Mega, and Gecko there to try and get the Mega steal. Not going to happen. Matrox is there, gets the frag.
Yeah, well played by Matrox, eventually punishing Gecko. And he was hanging on to his life for a long period of time, with never really getting more than 50 armor. Matrox finally extending that lead back to where it was at the beginning, and a massive stack right now. Gecko is in a heap of trouble unless he can do what he did back at that bounce pad.
Yeah, that's that opportunity as well. It's like a not 1 in a million, but very something you can never rely on it happening. Like really quite unlucky for Matrox to get into that situation, and shouldn't really be expecting another opportunity to open up for Gecko like that. But we'll see what Gecko can make happen for himself as he takes this fight with Plasma. But again, Matrox just too strong, going to pick up the Mega. Although he did receive a huge amount of damage and will lose all of his armor. Within the next 10 seconds, Matrox should be able to get some armor, but this is Gecko's time really to try and put damage onto Matrox as he goes for these armors, because he's not actually that low, but Gecko sabotaging his efforts, shooting himself in the face with a rocket, and as he leans over that edge, and
never good.
Now can he get the escape damage onto Matrox?
Oh, I guess but it looks like Matrox really struggling with lag, unfortunately. He is going to get himself onto the Mega health, so he's managing to keep a hold of these items just about. Here's Gecko above him, and he's going to... I don't think he even took any grenade damage then, so that was a really nice steal for Gecko. We're past halfway now. This is really starting to mean a lot for Gecko to get back into solid control. If he can get this yellow armor by Lightning Gun and then move down to red really quickly, I mean, he's going to be well on his way back to bringing some frags back to his side.
Yeah, that situation at the previous red allowed Gecko to get good enough position so he could drop on the Mega as he was timing it too. And Matrox actually...
he wants to pause.
Can we do it? I can't do it.
I don't think I've got rough.
I don't think I have either. If we can see, maybe our admin can come...
He says it's okay to go.
Okay.
So.
Okay, we'll have to make sure that does get sorted out for future games, but Matrox out of control for the first time in this in the first 6 minutes of this game. Gecko able to
say out of control, but he's still got 160 armor.
That's a very good point. Gecko not really keeping on top of damaging Matrox. So Matrox building up, taking the fight. This could be good for Matrox, but it was a decent exchange of damage. And Matrox finds Gecko with those rockets as Gecko jumps for that yellow, and now Matrox could have better position over Gecko as Gecko's trapped in those tunnel-like areas at the upper between the shards and the shaft. And Matrox actually, it looks like he's having a little bit of trouble with some warping or something, missing some jumps, missing out on that red. Gecko
didn't hang around for it, did he? I mean, if he waited there, he probably would have gotten it quite easily.
It looks like he is having problems with the lag a little bit, but Gecko making the most of it, getting the items, but it's up to him to frag Matrox now.
Yeah, Matrox is going to be on the run, trying to keep himself away, but building himself up to 200 armor is very good. I'm going to switch over to Gecko because he does need to chase him a little bit. And wow, Gecko actually has very little stack at the moment. He should really crawl back for that red armor. And there we are. Makes the drop for it. There is a yellow available. Unfortunately for him, it's on the other side of the map. So I think Matrox might get a little bit of extra help here.
Yeah, I think Matrox actually could have taken that engagement, but he wasn't sure. Maybe he doesn't have a good enough read on Gecko's stack, but he was actually approaching Gecko in an area with Shaft where Gecko wasn't a choke point, and Gecko Finds Matrox. He's going to try and pursue him, creeping around the corner. He's going to find Matrox. As Matrox drops down, just too slow was Gecko. Gecko dropping down, getting some good shaft damage onto Matrox. Matrox now perched above this Mega, but he's trapped, and there comes Gecko, punishing him, and doesn't manage to get him, actually kill him, but 16 health and 2 armor remaining is not a good look for Matrox at all.
This is nice from Gecko. He's just swooped away 2 yellow armors, and he should be able to get this red armor as well, straight after the Mega. So yeah, getting 4 items in a row with plenty of time now to get some lightning gun ammo or just crush Matrox with some rockets.
He should really hope to do at least a little bit of damage to Matrox, negate any yellow that Matrox could pick up. Matrox trapped there, and he finds him coming around the corner. Oh, but Gecko not good enough to get the kill there, but at least he did do some damage. Doesn't really matter how much damage Gecko takes there. He just really needs to deal like 50-60 damage to negate any pickups on this side of the map that Matrox could get. And Matrox, oh wow, dealing huge amounts of damage. Equal health and armor for equal health from both players now, and Mega is up.
Oh, it takes a big rocket on the exit of that teleporter. Matrox isn't above the Mega, but hey, look at this. This is 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Gecko's had control for about 3 minutes now, and Matrox is just managing to keep him away just enough. Even if he survives with very little, he's holding on to it, and it's making the clock now a big issue for Gecko. Not long, 1 minute, and Gecko can still do it. He just needs to get that starter frag, and then things could just snowball.
A nice little rocket jump there from Gecko as he tries to pursue Matrox. Finds Matrox, good rocket there, and is not actually going to be able to bounce him into the corner to finish him, but there he goes, comes out the teleporter with another rocket, and it's so low. Oh, 1 HP. Matrox, the survivor. And it really showing you the power of having a lead on this game, and especially on Lost World, on Blood Run and stuff. Having the lead puts your opponent under a lot of pressure, and it actually translates into a lot of damage for you because you get into more defensive positions, which will help you deal damage more efficiently. So Matrox really doing a good game.
Yeah, expertly played by Matrox and out of control. Gecko just could not chase him hard enough. It was just impossible for him. So there we are, guys. It is GG, and Matrox is going to be moving forward in this tournament. But well played, like Gecko. I mean, he kept control. He got it. It was just pushing that last extra inch that he needed. He managed to get him low, just not low enough that his stack was 0.
Yeah. I mean, Matrox had a few hiccups with a little bit of warps that kind of like made him miss little opportunities where he could take armors, but then it's not too much of a big deal because he was just able to go, okay, my situation isn't great, let's just play out of control now, because he essentially gave it away, and he just played slow, played out of control, bit of textbook, and just managed to stay alive, and opportunities came to him, and so well played overall to Matrox there. And unfortunately for Gecko, he couldn't go through because Gecko, of course, is I'd say he's an up-and-comer, kind of a new guy,
really solid
and he definitely knows what he's doing, and it's going to be great to see him play more FACEIT Cups, and hopefully he'll keep improving and doing better. Maybe he won't get someone like Matrox so early on.
Yeah, that is pretty brutal. But guys, we are going to go to a quick break, and then we are going to bring you some more games straight away, so hang around, guys.